It seems like each and every week after the Denver Broncos play, we sit here and we say the same thing. The Russell Wilson situation continues to get worse, but that's the reality because each and every game they drop, now falling to 3-9 on the season, more pressure just continues to mount on Russell Wilson and that massive contract that he got. They didn't just give him $250,000. They also traded picks to get him, picks that now look to be like they're going to be pretty valuable for the Seattle Seahawks. But Russell Wilson once again failed with the Denver Broncos against the Baltimore Ravens, losing 10-9. They could not even crack double digits. No touchdowns on the day for the Denver Broncos, and that's a story that just continues to be reiterated time and time again. They cannot score. They cannot move the ball. Russell Wilson has been a complete and total failure. And it's not just about what's happening on the field, it's also about what's happening off. Russell Wilson becoming the Broncos' disaster has turned him into an NFL punching bag. Now everybody is mocking Russell Wilson for nearly everything he does, every commercial he's in, every little TikTok that he does, everything he puts out on social media, he's getting relentlessly mocked because when you're losing this bad, those are the things that happens. And it's getting so bad in Denver right now that you've got in the Denver Post, you've got articles that are being written saying, you know what? If Russell Wilson actually loves the Denver Broncos, he should consider giving some of that money back. If quarterback Russell Wilson loves the Broncos, he'll give back some of that $245 million contract extension. Could Deion Sanders coach the Broncos on Sundays? Maybe starting next Sunday. This is the type of cope we now have from Broncos fans, even from the Denver Post, talking about the failure that is Russell Wilson and these Denver Broncos. And after the game, Russell Wilson was standing there in front of the podium for another loss, and he spoke out. He says, I don't like losing. I don't know what this feels like. This isn't normal to me. The joke's on the Broncos. Russell Wilson got paid with a no money back guarantee. For what he's worth, Wilson might not be able to afford a ticket on a first bus out of Denver rather than live in a $25 million mansion that's home to 12 bathrooms and a quarterback who has thrown 8 touchdown passes on the season. Winning is a habit, and losing can be one too if you let it, Wilson said Sunday. Losing is a habit this team can't break. The Broncos mess with the emotions of everyone who can't quit loving them, only to drop a 10-9 decision against a Ravens squad that played most of the game without Lamar Jackson, with their backup quarterback. And Denver still finds a way to lose. Since moving to Colorado, Wilson has been a bad quarterback. On Sunday, he couldn't even enter the red zone, much less sniff the end zone. But he's a good man, known to spend his days off delivering smiles to children battling cancer. Tell you what, that does not matter on the football field. Doesn't matter what you do off the field. If you can't deliver on the field, people will not care. During his 10 years in Seattle, his record was 104-53-1. What's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for Wilson in Denver? Humble pie. I've never really lost so many games like this. It's a new feeling, one I don't like, one I don't want to experience again. Well, the Denver Broncos fans certainly feel the same way. Look at some of these reactions to the Broncos loss and Russell Wilson's performance. Broncos defense today held the Ravens to 10 points, faced no Lamar since the first quarter, 2 interceptions, and they lost. Richard Sherman, former Russell Wilson teammate who's had some things to say about him since then. That Broncos locker room isn't going to be a fun place. Their defense did enough. Tough to lose that way. Manuel Acho. Broncos and Russell Wilson are at an all-time low. Their defense only allowed 10 points, yet they lost to a Ravens team without Lamar Jackson. They didn't pay Russ $250 million for this. Broncos fans right now, I think we can all figure out what's going to happen here.
Oh my fucking...
Yeah, that's pretty true. The Broncos have had 3 touchdowns since Halloween. 3 touchdowns since October 31st for the entire Broncos team. Holy shit, it is bad. I'd like to apologize to all Broncos defensive players. Someone get Russell Wilson a bodyguard or at least a different plane to fly on. And here you go, Broncos country, let's ride. This is the ride. It just continues to get worse week after week for Russell Wilson. And you have to imagine the pressure, the feeling in that locker room from all these Broncos fans. It has to feel really shitty for Russell Wilson. But when you play like this, when you perform like this, there's no one to blame but yourself. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.